All right, so just doing a review before trading starts today. Monday was tough. This week has been challenging in terms of the rules following. On Monday, I really did not follow my rules. I feel so ashamed of myself, really. I really do. But we'll go. And once again, this is for the DPD level, and this is for normal trading. So at 7 o'clock, we start, we look back, we are below this, so do nothing. We have this didn't touch this, so as beautiful as it may be, ignore it. This happened. We need this to happen. OB, right? OB. Close below, hasn't confirmed this, yes. Um, Close back above with an FEG on this day. We closed, I remember this was a type 2. We closed above. This should be a buy. But say you didn't get the buy because this had closed again, you are bearish. By the time this closed above, there's a type, I was like, okay, I wanted this type 2 to be above. But say, okay, you wanted that. Next, type 2, inside this, I have to buy this. Uh, where is the TP? TP is supposed to be there. So buying this is not needed. You cannot buy because we are here. This was the one to buy. And trust is type 2. Not fat because something else I realized this week is my need for perfection and my need for forgetting not, or if it doesn't get to this level, or it's 1 point, it's 2 point, it's about sometimes we cannot be perfect because this is a trade. This is worth it. What don't you want to see? Do not close below this. It can close vigorously, but do not close below it. Simple. Simple as ABC. So we're back above this. Let's say this didn't happen because we're back. This has not closed. So this is it. This was the stuff. Once this happens, all right, you can now start playing. I want to target this next. There. But that didn't happen. Um, when this happened, tried to buy this and I believe I put the stop here. So that took me out. Why? Because this was a trade. DM. So 18. And that was the anger started because I think earlier in the day there was some glorious D levels, I believe. But that like this, they're like this, at the beginning of it. So I'd seen that those and I was like, okay, this I didn't, like this. This closes above. Of course, it was this like from this, or even buying on the second hour, which was maybe not fair. So I'd seen all those and it just made me feel anger and stuff like this. This, like this, that happened later on. And yes, but I know how to mess up good stuff. So, okay, so let's continue and let's be faster. And that was a trade. So this is still on the cards, right? DM. And then we had this expansion. This was the another expansion, OB, do nothing. We fell through. Okay. -1. We reached this. Simple as ABC. I wanted, when this was happening, I was like, no, 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 45. TP. Yeah. But where should it be? Can you extend it? Yeah. What did I do? That was 100 point. I closed it. I closed the majority where it was somewhere here. Maybe somewhere here. It almost got a feed down. On this feed, it looks like it hit it. On my feed, it didn't hit this exactly. And I quickly closed. But what I was left or wooden out, it was like I held from there and it was just painful. But that is why this was on the cards. I took a loss for this point. If it's in this place, this is allowed. Once this allow it to do whatever it wants to do and push it or hold it, but this is still not bad for 66. So now you're in profit. Good profit. Don't forget this is We only have, this is two trades. 45 means that we've made 100 points on this. Um, so excuse me. Excuse me. Yes. Okay. Back. Okay. So this is an expansion. We didn't close below this. Ignore this. OB expanded through it, type 2, but this is on the card, so ignore. This, I didn't like this when I saw it. I did not. Came CST. Okay, I was like, okay, CST, not the best way I want to sell if it was normal because we are above this. But I didn't want to trade again or something. And I was like, no, yeah, I didn't want to trade again. I was because I had made back everything and put back the account in profit. And I was like, but then I remembered fear of, you know, fear of everything. And so this was what I noticed again was like, yes, this hit this. So on this feed, so we'll come here long. This, I think I wanted to quickly sell, but that's not it. No, I didn't quickly sell. This didn't hit it. This was the one that hit it, and I was waiting here. And that was my error in this place. No. And I did the same thing. How I'm currently doing the same thing on GJ now. This is the candle, but this is not, of course, a CST of this original candle is good, but the aim is the first CST or the first trade. So is it that you allow this CST and then you want to play this as a trade? No. The rule says the first CST. That is good. Because down here, I wasn't waiting for, oh, I didn't like this, I to come back. I just bought, even though it was stop was far more. And in this place, that's what I said, original stop from here, based on this, only if we use this, is 11 points. Isn't it better to buy 11 to sell for, let's say, even 12 points? Is that not better? That is better. Why? I can, this, by the time we got to the CST, that was already 22 points. Yeah, that is 30 points. So we need to close below this, of course. But as at this point, by the time we are touching things like this, it's like this is good. The show is already at B. It's faster. On this place is even more 6 point, you know, 31 already at this point. It's like that's what we are trading. The risk to reward is worth it. If it's rejecting here, if it comes back here, of course, I think this trade won. And let's say you are like, okay, I cannot put 6 point. This is his. I was thinking about it. If I put 20, if I had used 20 points, but then I was thinking this is above me. Okay, we've touched this. I was still like, okay, we are bearish. This is on the cards, the sky. Because we crossed below this. We did this. I didn't trust it here. Okay, this is still on the card. So that was a trade. Of course, this trade lost, but it should have been a BE trade, not a losing trade. Or it's because it lost there. It didn't lose there because of that 20, not because it didn't lose. So let me show you what I'm saying. So it's because I moved this to 20 points, but it makes sense. Yes, this is a stop. Honestly, that is where it should be because I'm taking a shot here and I should tell myself a close above this with an FEG means we are not ready. And it will just weaken here. Of course, I couldn't sell again here because, yes, this is an old one. I need to come up with the rules. I don't really want to. Previous one, if we tapped it, we've come back to it. If we are closing below it once, I just want to do a one trade. I think I should have done. And see, buy first close. We claim on the same hour, buy or sell the first close. If we claims, if this was this same one, what I'm telling myself is that just sell this. Just sell this because I'm really, really messing this up. So that is 20. In this instance, and this is just it. It's like these are levels. I know that, for instance, in this place, this is the next area. Maybe in this place it's scary to put because it's a long, but 20 points. Allow yourself to breathe. Allow the market to breathe. Of course, it will later come here to eat. Of course, it will later. Maybe after this, I might have moved stop, but this is on the cards. This can happen because that caused this. Expect this to happen. But once we are closing here, you are at B, you have to move to B, but that's a loss, let's just say. But that's part of the lessons. And actually, it should not be a loss. It's a B trade because this one, if I use 10 before, it gave you enough before the second one came back to pick it. So I will just put minus 12. So it's like a B. Actually, I shouldn't have that because it's a B trade. We don't, it's not about. And that's why I like the two position stop because it allows, if I did 20, it got to more than 20 points. So enough to close it. And even if I didn't do 20 and it was at 12, I moved it back to 20. That's 80 cents on $100. It's like the risk to reward was worth it. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's good to be mechanical, but I think the place where people have issues or someone like me or mechanical traders is that to shift away from pattern is about just moving and align discretion. Okay. If I'm saying in a day I don't want to lose more than 200 points, and then I'm done for the day, and I can make above 100 points and it's a great day, then out of that 200 point, I can borrow 8 points out of it. After all, we're still up here because according we lost 20 or 18 points, we gained 66. So let's say 68. That is 50 points, 80 cents or $8 or $80 out of 500 or um, doesn't matter. Okay. So that happened. What was the next thing? This was expansion. I didn't consider this because I was like, this was the first candle. It ended here. Okay, let's use this guy. So close below this. But that didn't happen. Nothing else happened. So there was nothing to do here. This price opened. We took the high. I couldn't buy this because instantly it's a ran up. So it got here. I was like, all right, give us. And this was part of the places where I started spiraling because I was angry that I felt mad that this took my two entries because I entered late. I entered the year late, so this didn't give enough to go down before eating. So started feeling not fair, but it's not the first this CSD. The next is the first CSD. It's the first CSD, and I did the same mistake again, or I'm doing the same. If they pick it, they might not pick my entry again or not. But it's I'm back. On GJ, on GU Adam. So this expansion OB, we need this. Nothing happened until here. This, I kept telling myself, this is not this, especially when you see this initial rejection and the do of this, this is the entry. This is not something where price around comes back. This. And even if it does, my stop is going to be here max. This is allow all here. Because even if it comes back here to this OB, it's still going to be, maybe it's not going to be there again because we're inside. Yeah, so I'll put it there. It's the 25 point. That is a trade. We'll let it go. That we didn't capture, but we've seen this a lot. I've seen that this rejection, and it's not because it won. One is allowed to. You're bearish. This is not closing above. This is just, and that's a curve. Low, low, high, high. So, of course, in real market, it's there, but we'll leave that alone. This didn't get there. Expansion, expansion. I think I was trying to buy or do some. Oh yes, I was trying to buy up here. Why? Because this tapped this. I was like, okay, there must be a buy there. And this happened. Type 1. There is no buy here. Yet for this type 2 already won. This type 2 is not worth 10 points. As it, I'm not targeting. Of course, it can give 10 points, but it didn't. Leave it alone. So maybe Monday is not as bad as I was thinking. OB, this is a buy. There's no stress about it. Stop. It's there. Because even if I didn't buy this as a type 2, this confirmed you are buying it here. Is this what 10 points? Yes, 11 points. So if you say this is the first type 2, if it hits this here, I'm buying this. So this 11 is worth it. That's one trade. This is another trade. So if you're doing two setups, and that's it. What don't I want to see? This is the OB. Don't close below this. It close below this with an FEG. Done. -2. -22 for this and -22 for this. Actually, no. This is a win. So I cannot do this. I cannot buy this because this has not been confirmed. So -22, -22, 2 times. And I was already spiraling because I was already pissed off because of this. Yeah, this year, that day. It's like, and then I'd lost all the gains for the day. But it's just trading. We're just following our, it's just probability. There's nobody that said it's going to work or not work. That's just it. It's just probability. So we're looking for sales. I was just laughing at myself. Why? I was like, I saw this, I was like, this, okay, let's, and let this to come back. Once this happened, it was another place. Could I have sold? Yes, I wanted to. Then I was like, I stopped because I was targeting, I put it here and I was like, even it was a 25 point, 31 point again. I was like, nah, maybe not. So yes, this is not the type to, but we can sell. We are allowed to sell what? We are allowed to sell, what's it called again? Biz card. What? I did not, but that's a valid trade. But let's say it was too fast. Things were not happening. You were scared, but that's it. This one is here. That one's here. I saw this. I set my limit. I wanted my limit to be there. So I can, but yes, $4, but 3.4. So 35. That is valid. I need to learn. And this happened. And I saw this. I bought this. That's why I started breaking the rules. And then I closed it because I was like, I was trying to tell myself something, but you see, CST rejects it, goes down, goes up. It's like because it started down first. And what was the next thing to do? Even if you didn't sell this, of course, it has ended. We are back above it again. What's the next thing? Even if you can still sell a type 2, because we are this, we go for this. What did I started doing like a crazy person? I was like, oh, this is on the card. I started buying. And then I started selling again. I went price with it. I didn't want to close. I wanted it to go down. Why? Because the buys I was in, I was like, I will go down. But it already did its job. I was looking here too. It okay, I couldn't buy again. Yeah. That was the second mistake I made. And that's why I had to add this. We have this was the first CSA, but happened on that. We closed above. Price can return here, and it's true, and price returned there. But would I have a limit on this? What do I want to see? Would I buy this to go up? No, I did not. So this is allowed. Is it scary? Absolutely. Because this that's 56. This is 37. This is not the stop. This is it because this is here. It can weaken, but once it closes above it. 56. That's it, done. it gave you what you wanted. If you even want 56 is done. This is a TP. Once it's reached here, it rejects. Maybe when this happened, I don't know how I will have played it. I really don't know. Because if we are saying TPSL, especially for this, maybe I might want to close it again here, but why? Once this happened and it was rejecting and this rejected, once this started happening, once we close below this and close the other position is 38 point, buy it again. That's already 50. That's what I'm trying to say is that the first one supposed to get here, it got to 6, 7, almost 70 of 80, 10 points remaining, and it rejected at this point. If you didn't close it here, it's that you're holding all for here. It's on this. I know that this is still on the cards. So while all this is happening, this is on the cards, but you can leave it. Why? And I'll say why. Because on this hour, if it's on the cards, we know we are still going to, if we tap this and we'll see it again, we'll buy. Of course, it's a going one, so we cannot. So for in this instance, I'll leave it there. 52. Sell. Do we have a sell opportunity? That is maybe about 5 minutes to go. Because as at this time, you do not know 15 minutes. And I was waiting for us to I wanted us to confirm this. We confirmed this. Look at that. As I said, I don't know. So we confirmed this on this candle because we had closed below it here. We CST it here. Here. So here. What does that mean? You are allowed to either sell here, and that's what I did. Sell here to there. Or after this, actually, it happened here. Yeah. This did not return to this. Sell here. That's 34 points. Confirm that this has rejected, this has wicked it, this is not coming back here. Like we've seen again, even if it does, my stop, my invalidation is not there. It's not 50 points. It's not. Where's your invalidation? You are tracking it. Is here, max, max. But you're not allowing to get there because you don't want, you want this to happen and instantly get out. Stop is there. 33 points. What will I want to see that I would not want to see? This type 2 already won. It closed it. It's got back here again. For me, it's a win in my book. This happened. I don't want to see, after we enter this, I don't want to see any CST of a up candle. Don't confirm this type 2. So that's not happen. This happened. Type 2 happen. Once type 2 happen, I'm telling myself, before this price open, don't CST this guy. Once I see the CST of this guy, let's say this didn't go up instantly. Once this happens, my stop is here. Once that happens, I'll close it here. I should close it. Done. Don't see a CST of this guy. But it happened. It didn't happen. 33. Imagine. Monday was not as bad as I thought it was. I just allowed the previous stuff to affect me. Because I couldn't follow those. And this I saw. But I wanted to go down. Why? Because I was taking longs. Why? Why? I was taking longs. And see, Gandalf, this has not entered it. Of course, on this feed, did it? Yes, but allow it. See. On this feed, Gandalf, beast card. So if I didn't understand this beast card, this by the CST, you're going up. But that's what I have to tell myself. And of course, I understand, like my friend says, when you're on the 1 minute, you have to think faster. There's nothing here. Close this. Simple. This is it, right? OB. Expanded above. Close back. Now I wanted it to be low. But it's not like this. That's the first CST. This is it. These are scary, but that's the time I started being scared. Big numbers. That's what is happening today. Where's your target? 30. watered. This from here, 11, 15 point watered. So if you said the CST of the first candle that entered this place, that's it. Done. That's the trade. The trade says 15. That's it. 15 points. Get out. That's more. But for CST, now you're watching this and you're watching this. 21 points, I can take it. But if that's where fear should be, but that's not where it should be. We don't want to close this FEG or this one specifically, but under FEG here, 38 points for 80, getting here first. 30 points. Let's even say 20. Let's reduce it to 20. Because say it happened and you were deliberating and you came back, it's also you bought this retracement back to it. 22. Did we have any reasons to sell? No. Did there no CST closed above? Done. We're doing nothing. This is the previous hour, and I sold again here because I'd missed all of this and I was feeling sorry for myself. Yes, it's the previous hour. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that this hour is above this. All right, that happens. You are going to sell the first CST. This touched it, that touched it. CST. That. This move to the left. Okay, maybe you want to move it there, but why? Is this on? Okay, top here, 37. If I enter here, then I'm not doing 40, I'm putting it here. 32, done. This is an old level. I saw this again. I think I saw this again. No, no, no. Done to that. I know that in this instance, it worked after the CST and then closed below it again, but you see it lost again. No. Mm-mm. No. So, bam, bam, bam. CST. Close. The only thing I might tell myself is, what I was trying to say is that, okay, unless we are looking at the first candle, so if we close below this low of this, the candle that ran first into it again, so close below this and the candle, then the CST, then you can sell within this hour. If not, don't sell this. I don't want to because an hold level, in this instance, it's worked. This is the candle that CST it lost, and then with CST below that same candle here, we need the same hour again and closed below it here. Then you sell this. So what I'm trying to say is like you sell this and then your stop is bigger, easier, but easier actually. Take the drawdown. I don't like really, for me, it's like old levels. What's it? But we'll see. Uh, yeah, I remember that. I'm not sure I will see. This is going far longer than I expected. So that was a loss 32. It's my opportunity for my GU. It hurts me so bad, and for gold, and my efficiency today has been really bad. Or this last few days, even today, it's just I don't know, not taking this as serious as I should. And it's bad. It hurts. I'm overthinking too many things. And at this point, yeah, I'm almost done, if not done not on the charts again. So We started this after this loss. We started here. This close below sell happened here. We turn back here. Stops above. If you entered after here because you think might not go back, of course it went back here. If not, add more positions here. That's it. I remember this. I wanted to extend it. I was like, nah, because this was taking forever. I was like, nah, just take that 24 points and go. And because that's the rule, because we don't associate them, bam, bam, OB was not confirmed. Ran up, nothing more. This is 2 o'clock. This is hop. CST needed, nothing here. Run up, OB needed for this. No, OB was confirmed, nothing here. Went through it, OB, nothing at the start of this day. Unless we close above this, we did not. Yeah, I'm definitely not on the charts again. So that's the end of the trading day. And what do we have here? We have coming for a Monday that I said was really bad. But that's just it for not following the rules. Nothing more. Not following the rules. Of course, I can forgive myself for not thinking too fast. I'm only human, but if I'm allowing leads to things to throw me off, knowing fully well that it's the beginning of the day, still a long way, fear of missing out on profit, anger over previous. And I think that day also there was an AUD trade my AUD trade that I didn't quickly see because I was there, moved on and had taken a loss, but just approach it. I cannot have a I cannot have a mindset of I cannot have the mindset that this is not going to, or scarcity mindset, it's called 18 plus 22 plus 22 plus 32. So we had a total loss of 94, maybe not, because I believe this was going to be 2 times. And the first one was also going to be 2 times. No, this was not a loss. So we only had this happened, which one? This happened, which one? This happened, which was a B, and then this, so 32 times. So we had a loss of 126 points, and we had a win of 232 points. So that is removing stuff as still over 100 points for the day. And consider that this is low probability, but let's still take it. This is low probability. So the last 64 points loss was not really worth it. All right. Trading will start soon. Or observation for trading. And so yesterday, Tuesday, start from here. Also challenging because part of me felt I should have stopped trading early, and I wanted to. But like I said, I'm also afraid. And I think I've done a mess. It doesn't matter. But since whenever I come, doesn't matter. So at 7 o'clock, you're looking back. Is there anything on the previous chart that needs your attention? No, nothing. So we started here in the middle, do nothing. We closed above this here. This happened. That was before news. I put my stop there. Target was here. Stopped me out 12 point. I think I even wanted to push it here or something. Because that's it done. Loss. It's a loss. It didn't close below, but that's the trade is done. Loss. Minus 12 point. This. Okay. This was the OB. We went above it. We did not until we closed below it here. Close below it there, then you're targeting there if a type 2 confirms. A type 2 does not confirm until the end of the day. There's nothing here again. I think I took a trade here that I shouldn't. Or maybe it's just not fair. There's nothing here again. Leave it alone and walk away. Because this is the first trade. This is OB. If you say you wanted to buy this, because this trade lost. This is another trade. Confirmed here. It's a type 2, but OB comes here. You say you buy this. This is his exit. 9 point. And when this happened, it happened here. 9 point. Your stop is going to be there. For 12, that is the trade. 9 point. Yes, this was nice, but why? It's less than 10. When I mean less than 10, it's like without forcing it. This happened. This happened. I saw this in real time. I was like, okay, this is there. Okay. Because I messed up here also. On this feed, this trade was there. On this feed, it wasn't. Only on this feed. It happened there. This was the OB. The CSTD OB here. Yeah. I saw this type 2. I saw this BIS card. I was like, there's a BIS card there. This is an energy to buy. But let's say we've confirmed this here. We need this to be taken. We confirmed it there. It came back within this week. We came back, let's say I ignored it. And then I saw this BIS card. I saw this list. I saw it on here. I was like, okay, buy this. And then I was pushing my stop. On this feed, it entered, but on my stop, it bounced just on it. And so while this won, I moved it here again. So what was I considering? I was like, this is this setup. And I was like, it's so close here. Even if my stop is there, it's acceptable. I'm not going to hard this, of course, but that was that trade. And just what it this one here. Then I put myself here. And then if you know what I was doing, because I entered, because it later came to pick up here, and then I was doing. I didn't want to close for 20. I was like, I felt like, then I moved it last minute to 20 at 1, and then all this happened. That ego that, oh, trade, it's not my market. I cannot predict the market. These are just candlestick. I shouldn't believe too much in it. It's a probability stuff. This happened, type 2, you cannot buy this. This happened, so this is nothing here is useful. We had this, we didn't confirm it. OB closed above it, type 2. But this was targeting this. Stop was going to be here. And I was tracking. So this is the OB. This didn't touch it, so that was why. On this feed, it touched. Yeah, it didn't touch. So if that touched, I'll have left it alone. So I was tracking this. And the rule is, of course, if you close, once this happened, it closed here. Once it closes, once we close again below, so we've closed above, once this happens, you close the trade. When we've closed below this again, we're no longer bearish. So why did I trust this? It entered into this Gandalf. It's a type 2 with CSD. Buy. Is my stop too big? Yes. But it saves me for things like this. Stops here. Close it. 93 points loss. We want to sell again. Did this confirm? No, it did not confirm this. Did this confirm? No. What happened? It moved. In this last minute, it's confirmed. While this, okay, it's confirmed. What are you going to do? I'm setting my entry here. Instantly, when this was happened, it picked it up here. Where's your stop? My stop cannot be there. This is above me. And what did I do? I put it here. 26 points. It's valid. This 21. And I kept doubting, oh, should I have done? What should I do? Should I close? I was like, we're not over risking. It's just my ego here. Why? And I was even like, this is the point. One, I cannot put this here because this can eat it. I do not this structure with it. Two, FVG. I was like, okay, if you're afraid, put it here. Also, this is the I of this previous MUL. So even if I was looking at it, this is, I'll start from here and I'll think, you know what? Don't be coming inside it. 27. We've already said that's 26 point of 200 that I can lose for the day. This happened. This didn't. So in this place, I was because I was like, this is a trade that entered. I didn't want to use this as my first range because this didn't confirm. Also, if it confirms, it will have to come back here. So I used this and I was like, all right, let's only use this. So this is our first trade, first range. This also, it could be, but I was like, this is too big, CSD of this. So looking at previous old trade. This went up, we went down, we CSD this. I saw this is valid. Because it confirmed there and stop was there. And this will have been the TP 18. And then I started tracking OB. Yeah. And once we closed this OB, once it's confirmed, close it here. Of course, the painful thing was that for the first time in a while, instantly after closing, price just died, almost even reaching B. So, but 20 points. So, like I said yesterday, was really annoying. I stopped trading early, but I was just beaten mentally. But it's not really about that. It's just because I didn't feel I was trading accordingly and I didn't feel I was trading efficiently. But what didn't I do yesterday? I was trading without recording myself trade. I wasn't talking to myself. So that's it. Now, once we close up below this, we're bearish again. So that's why this was a sell. We closed above it. We didn't close below this. So bearishness has not resumed. We closed above this again. We closed above this, what's it called? So even if I using this, if I was using this, this is the OB, of course. So of course, I would have saved myself some loss. So if I use this here, actually not, I will not. Because if you said this is the range, this confirms it's CSD, we went back, you will have sold here. My stop will have been not there. My stop will be there, 27. All right. Once this happens, and we closed below it with an FEG, I will close the trade here. 14 points. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with what we normally do. 14 because this is valid. Okay, 14 loss. What is the next thing to confirm bearishness? This. Once this happens, we are bearish again. Once we close above this, okay, no FEG. Yeah, sorry, no. Once this happens, we are bearish again. Once we close above this, okay, nothing. What am I targeting? This trade has failed. Okay, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, I have to move faster. All right, so, and that was it. So let's erase in that to see if, so this is the OB, closed, confirmed it, comes back, doesn't sell. And now this closed below bearish. If, because of course this is also valid, we wicked below this, so I'll buy again, I'll sell again. Why? Because this first trade lost. This is the reference. Now, once that lost and we have closed below it, that's no longer the trade. We've closed it. This is now the whole B I'm going to use. So minus 20 again. Double loss, but we'll just follow that. I prefer that. And once you close above it, now type 2. And we'll see if we won or lost, but that looks like a win if I follow the rules again. So let's do this faster. So what did I say? Type 2 again. We are here, right? This will have been, oh, this would have been a loss. This crazy thing will have, Jesus, can you imagine? So, or maybe not. Type 2, we want a type 2. Of course, we confirmed a type 2 here. I believe I saw this, or I wasn't on the charts actually when I saw this, because we are buying towards here. So when this type 2 happened, I was going to buy, I'll buy this, not this, I'll buy like this. And then I was looking at it, I saw it was less than 10. So why this was happening, I was like, why this was forming, I was like, because, you know, at the point it was somewhere here. I think I used this. I was like, okay, less than 10, don't do that. And then I was waiting, I was like, let this happen. If this confirms this type 2, because of course I can buy this, my stop is going to be here. I'm not going to put my stop down there or something. This had not happened. I'm not going to do 30. I'm just going to put it here. Worst case scenario, and I think that's what I did. I think I put it a bit there because I was like, this is close. Something like this might happen. So if it's closer, that will take me out. So I would buy, this is the candle, CST. If I waited a bit, I'll miss this. So this was not enough. This is it. But I've seen myself buy candles. I've told myself to buy the first CST inside this. This is so. The fact that this lost now doesn't mean that I shouldn't add it. So we are beginning to have losing days. Lots of, this the second week where we're having losing days, because this week is going to end, like this day is going to be a losing day. Wind up, expansion, first one, closed below, CST. Stop is there. Target is there. Loss. So this once, so this is the OB, closed above it, done. Of course, you can see that. I still need to study, but look again how to incorporate, because I don't just turn bullish because of this. So this happens. We are here. Loss has happened. So what is the next thing I want to buy? I want to buy towards the DD level, DP level with Gandalf and this. So once this happens, once this type 2 happens, I have to buy. That's the trade. Stop is here. This can happen. All of this can happen. I'm not allowed to close the trade. Target. There. That's the trade. That's the rule. That's nothing to do with anything else. I do not know if it got there, if it rejected, but that's the trade. Not here, not there. This is its own setup. Ignore anything else. It's hard. Consider the loss. It's been a losing day. Comes back here. This is another buy. But I'm in loss, so we don't want to add to losing position. This is another buy. Up. Let's leave that. This happened. This CST loss. If I was in this trade, I'll be exhausted already. I'll put my maybe halfway, but there, those are above this. Another thing I've been noticing is IBM range above me. Actually, I think this sell here. Didn't like the fact that we closed 8:30 or something. I just know that okay, 10:30. Yeah. I forgot what happened. Whatever. So that is the trade here. That is going to be the stop. Once this happens, what don't I want to? Don't close above this with an FUG. It does close here. That's it. Don't stress. CSD. I'm buying, selling this. Closed above with an FUG. One expansion. Done. Close the trade. 10 points. What did they? This is still running. What do I want to do? Looking for a type 2 or something there. This would be stressful because keep holding. I don't know if it got there or not. But that's going to be the second win if it wins. Very hard to hold because for the shenanigans. Oh, I forgot. So what are we doing now? We've closed below this. This was, I need to see. Type 1. Oh, I remember that this only came, this didn't come here because I was like, did it come below here to buy? There was no type 2 before we got here. This is not it. This is the D. And I remember that there was no type 2 or B's card I could use. So FEG, this didn't tap inside. FEG, nothing here. This B's card only happened after here. So there's no rule that's this. We already reached the objective. I'm not buying again. So because I remembered watching this and I wanted this to close below. Okay. We tap this. What's on the card? This. But type 1, type 1. I started using B's card here. But that's the thing. Even though this is nice to see and I know it failed, there was nowhere that I said that I should be using B's card. This is on the card, but we only use type 1 and type 2s to go there. Not B's card, not buying this. It's true. This is sexy and nice, but this is low probability. This is me just putting continuations, not what is so not because it lost, but because I've just been saying like, okay, when I first started doing all that, when I made all this with Biscard wasn't there. It's nice Biscard for continuation, good and type 2, all right, not for DDM because there is nothing that says DDM fails. Also, if a Biscard fails, I know I can take a type 2 again if I saw it. So I shouldn't. This is 10 minutes into it. So hopefully I'll not miss some trade and I'll be pissed off again. Why? Could be sleeping, life could be happening. Several things could be happening. This, of course, this one return and sold, but there's nothing about it. And I would have been pissed off with this. But it got here and I would have told myself, oh, take it out. But I'm not supposed to. A trade is its own trade. Even if it comes back on the end of the day, yeah, that's just the trade. Just let it breathe, let it do its thing. So we have this to move faster. Pain because they stopped this, but I remember saying this, I just said type 2. Well, according to this, even though we have this, so and another type 2 here. But I know. I was watching, I was like, not with the damn kind of day I'm having. I'm not doing this. I'm not. So let it go. type 2, but you see, type 2, type 2, type 2, type 2, type 2, type 1, didn't confirm, type 2, type 2. So that happened. And then we got back to this high. First expansion, nothing confirmed it. This is an old level. Old, didn't tap this. So as much as I want to sell it, yes, we are eating this. Maybe that was nice to look at it that, okay, we are this at a liquidity level that we ran into, but I would not, like I said, not because of the type of day I was having, and these are more compounded, more because I missed it. So leave it until we touch this, do nothing. We are stuck in the range. And yesterday was really, really stressful because we were just range bound, range expanding, range expanding, range expanding. That was just it. Come back here. And this kind of days happen. Just move on. I don't know if this won already. Yes, it finally did win. How many points is that? 68. That's it. It's its own setup. Let it go. It loses. Oh, I could have closed it. All right, I could have, but that's not what the rule says. That's his own trade. It set up its own. So we started this. Nothing happened until this. And bam. We have this expanded, closed below, went up. This is up. I don't know if I will have solved this, but if I was to trade and I missed this, then, and I see that it's not coming back, this 17, 10, just an extra 4. Actually, oh, and you see that that's a trade that I might have missed because I want to put my entry, but this is a week that we closed below. Actually, entry is supposed to be on there. That's the trade. If I'm being crazy, stop is there. 11 points. I'll not move it down there. That's the trade. So this type 2 CST, this happened. I do not know if, because I want to be sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, we tap this. Okay. There's something else that I saw here. There's a reason why you can buy this type 2. I just remember that. Why? It's not a trick. DM. You didn't buy this. This is a type 2. This is an entry. That is not a target. This is a target. 25. I just know that there was something. Just trust the strategy. This type 2, you cannot buy this. This is an OB. This is confirmed. Bam, bam, bam. This way, halfway, less than 10. Leave it alone. As at this point, if this doesn't happen at 5:15, you're done trading. Tough day, can't lie. But it is what it is. So let's go fast. I have a feeling. I just have, it's that day when you're doing something else and you feel like you're doing the right thing. That's when 21, let's do the losses first. 12 plus 23 plus 14 plus 20 plus 21 plus 15 plus 10. So 111, 115 rather. So we still don't have a day. Last week, Friday, I think was the worst day with, like I remember, with almost 15 points loss. Maybe so Friday, since Friday, we've been having big numbers in terms of 3 digits, in terms of points loss. And in terms of point gain, 21 plus 25 plus 68 plus 11. 125. So it was a B there. Other than 25, there's not a losing Versus State 10 points there. Took everything. But it was incumbent on leaving that 68, leaving it alone. All right. Thank you guys. And